Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Toni and I'm a homeschooling mom to 4 kids, and we are in the thick of it when it comes to busy schedule. I have 2 girls in volleyball. I have 1 girl doing soccer. We have a full homeschool day. Also, one of the girls that is doing volleyball doesn't drive and is also working. So my whole life is running. So here's what the struggle always is this time of year, and especially what it has been lately, is we have games. My kids play for a Christian school. So I don't know if all Christian schools are like this, but ours, the games are all super far away. So we usually are driving an hour or so. Sometimes it's further, and sometimes we have to leave at like 3 o'clock, which means, what does that mean for dinner? Dinner doesn't happen unless it's really, really late or you eat on the run. And I remember last year, 1 did volleyball and then I had 2 doing basketball. So it was like, how many months? It was September, October, November, December, January, February, March. So 7 months straight of sports, of running. Anyway, it was really hard. I didn't plan ahead enough, and it was not a healthy time for us. And it costs a lot for us to eat out a lot. Today's video is I'm going to have you guys follow me for an entire week and show you how I'm going to do things differently this year. I have 1 new appliance that I just got that I'm so excited about, that I think is gonna make it easier for me to cook and take it on the run, or just make it really quick while we are doing other stuff, and healthier, because I really wanna stay healthy. I don't wanna be eating fast food for the next couple months. So if you're in that place in life where you are running around, or you're just juggling a whole lot. Sports season is so busy. I'm so glad we didn't start this when my kids were like in 1st grade, because it's hectic. If you're in that place in life and you need some help figuring out how to eat healthier, how to make things quicker and easier on the run, then you might enjoy this. I have a few different recipes we're gonna try. Some may fail, some may be amazing. But if you want to see the real life of a super busy mom of 4 who homeschools and just juggles a lot, then stay tuned. If you're not yet subscribed to my channel, go ahead and subscribe right now. And if you are excited about this video, click the like button and let's go get started. The recipe I found is a pork belly, and they cook everything in the rice cooker. I got this rice cooker the other day at Walmart for $28. They have some that are like $19.99. They're like the really tiny single pots. And then they have some that are amazing reviews, but they're well over $100. I think maybe $175 or something. And I just wanted something in the middle just to test it out and see how it goes. That's not even the middle. It was $28, so it wasn't that much. So I got the family size. I'll put a picture of it right here and I'll link it below in the description box. So far, I am loving it. But ours is a 20-cup rice cooker. The cool thing is, I don't know how I've gone my whole life without knowing anything about a rice cooker. My sister-in-law has a rice cooker and she just made rice in it. And I was like, I can make rice on the stove, even though I recently discovered that you're supposed to rinse your rice. Sorry to everybody who already knew that, but I didn't know that. So for years, my rice has been spilling out all over the stove, making a huge mess, so much to clean up. And then I tried my Instant Pot, which does make rice very convenient and easy, but because it's pressure cooking it, it's pretty dry. Sometimes it's okay, and we kind of got used to it, but then in between, after maybe 6 months of we do a lot of rice, but me making rice in the Instant Pot, then I went back and made on the stove, and I was like, oh my word, this is so much better. It's so much softer and fluffier. For anybody who's wondering if we're doing white rice, I typically do jasmine. I found that is so much yummier. So we usually do jasmine rice. Sometimes, now that I have a few things that help make these easier, I'm gonna try to do more brown rice and some quinoa. This rice cooker is amazing. So I have made rice a couple times. I'm gonna just show you guys some of the recipes that there's a couple I wanna try, and there's a couple I've already made that I'm going to make again this week, so that we have something yummy and on the run. So we're gonna get to lunch right now. Let's go. I do have a little bit of bad news. So this did work amazingly for the rice and the vegetables. I promise you, I saw a couple videos, and I found a recipe where you do the rice and the vegetables and the meat. I think they were in one pot, like small rice cookers, and mine is the big family size, like a 20. It's a 20 cup rice cooker or something. It's not even that big, but you know, like there's my hand. But anyway, I think theirs was in a smaller one. Somehow theirs cooked their meat. I came over here a minute ago to check and see if this was done. The rice looked perfect. The vegetables looked perfect, but the meat was still raw. I'm like, so I guess I'm gonna have to try that again or find another recipe. But what I did was I went ahead and just put the meat in a pan and cooked it, because we're not gonna eat raw pork. And any of the vegetables that touched the meat, I threw in there. So I've got some that are a little more done, and then these that are steamed. But I will show you how this turned out. Otherwise, when it comes to vegetables and rice, this thing is amazing. I was hoping I could throw all the meat in there together and it would just be a one pot wonder, but that didn't happen. So we'll keep trying. I'm gonna try to do this all week. So maybe we'll have a better luck with something else tomorrow. If we move the vegetables out of the way, this looks perfectly cooked. It doesn't stick to the bottom. It's perfect. So that's perfectly nicely moist rice. The brown part is probably the seasoning that I had on the meat that kind of dripped down. So let's make some plates. After a couple bites of this, well, quite a few bites, I think because I put so much in there, we had like the rice, the water, all the vegetables, and I had the meat on top. Some of the rice cooked perfectly and some of it is a little bit crunchy. So I guess I'm gonna have to keep playing with it to make sure I don't put too much in, because I've used it twice before today, 2 or 3 times before today. Made the most perfect rice. The first time I think I just did rice and vegetables. There's a steamer basket that I didn't use today because I wanted to see how it cooked with putting the vegetables on top of it. So that might be something that I need to figure out. So tomorrow we'll try something else. Now I also want to try, I think one day this week we'll try quinoa in it. And for breakfast we did oatmeal. I didn't film it because it was early and I didn't want to, but I just put oats and water, a little bit of brown sugar, and then push start, and peanut butter, a little bit of peanut butter, and then I let the kids sprinkle a little bit of maple syrup and some chocolate chips on top, and it was really good. And the other day we did oatmeal with blueberries and honey. Is that right? Oh, apples. We just cut up apples, blueberries, and honey, and that was really good too, if you like oatmeal. So that cooked perfectly, and it's nice that you can just set it and go. So we'll come up with something cool for tomorrow. Okay, we're on day 2 of, it's actually Wednesday because I didn't film Monday, but we're on day 2 of making lunches in the rice cooker. So this is about the time that I have somebody usually playing piano, so we have some pretty music in the background. Okay, first thing we're gonna do. So I made this recipe actually on Sunday and it was amazing, delicious. So I know that it's good, so I'm gonna make it again. I will show you what we're doing as we go. So we're gonna rinse, I think I'm gonna do 3 cups of rice. So I'm gonna go ahead and wash 3 cups of rice real quick. Okay, I've got 3 cups of freshly rinsed rice. I'm new at rinsing, but I've been told that you're supposed to rinse 3 times. That's the magical number. So dump this in here. Now I'm gonna check my fridge. I don't know how many vegetables I have, but I'm gonna check my fridge and get some vegetables for this. I'm gonna do it a little different today. Last time I put the veggies on top. This time, this thing comes with a strainer basket, so I'm gonna throw this on top. So all I have inside is rice and water. I need to add some water. I've got 3 cups of rice and 3 cups of water in here. Or you just like fill it to the line, but it's pretty much 3 cups. Okay, put my steamer basket in. Let me see what veggies I have. So I have a head of broccoli, 2 peppers, and some carrots. So I do have full carrots, but I don't have time to peel them right now. So we're gonna use these guys and chop them up. So we're gonna put all this in the steamer basket. decided not to put the carrots in because, as you can see, this filled up pretty high. I've got broccoli, green pepper, and orange bell pepper, and I'm just gonna throw them in there, and I don't wanna overload it too much because last time it didn't cook that well. So I'm hoping this will be fine and this won't be too much since I separated the rice from the veggies. I'm not gonna season anything right now. I'm gonna season it afterwards. So I'm just gonna put on my lid, plug this guy in. You actually can't leave it plugged in because it'll either be on warm or cook. And then I'm gonna go ahead and start that. And it is 12:14 right now, so we'll see how long this takes. The next thing I'm going to be working on while this is like super quick, mostly healthy, but there's one, I'm gonna just pull you up a little bit. There's one thing that I've actually never tried this until the other day in my entire life. And I always thought it was a crazy weird thing, but I kept seeing videos. So this is a Walmart brand because it was like $2 cheaper to get the Walmart brand. I'm like, this is already not healthy, so we'll just try this. So it's like $2 for Spam luncheon meat, which you might be like, oh, that sounds terrible. But I kept seeing all these videos where a lot of these Asian meals were being cooked with Spam, and they're saying it's amazing. So we made it the other day, and I just cooked this in a pan. This needs absolutely no seasoning because it has a ton of salt and a ton of seasoning in it. It's so good. Okay, it is not something that we would eat often, but I bought 2 cans when I made it the other day. But I was like, this would be a quick, like, I need a quick lunch. Like today I've got to take my daughter to work here in a little bit. So I'm trying to just make this real quick so she can eat. Everybody can eat before I take her to work. The Spam will take like 10 minutes, not even. It's probably gonna take 5 minutes to cook up on the stove. And then I will show you all of lunch. So the other day when I cooked this, I just cooked them in slices like this, and then I did strips, but I'm actually gonna dice them because it just goes further and you end up needing, I think bite-sized pieces are better anyway, especially with kids. So not that they're gonna choke, but it's just easier to put on their bowl. So I'm going to dice them up. So I made a little mixture here of oyster sauce, soy sauce, and some garlic, and I'm gonna drizzle it over the veggies while they finish cooking, and it'll spill a little bit into the rice just to give a little bit of flavor to this. It's not a ton, but enough to season things up a little bit. Okay, this is all done. Look at these steamed vegetables, perfectly cooked. Here's my rice, and the seasoning went down inside of it. I'm gonna make a bowl real quick. And then I got this Chinese mayonnaise stuff. I can't remember what it's called, Kewpie or something. Delish. So I'm not sure how long the rice took. If I can figure out, I think I said in the video what time I started that, and then it was done at about 12:32 because my daughter had to go to work, so I was hoping it would be done in time. But so however long that is right here. But here's what the bowl looks like. Doesn't that look good? It's a great way to get in some nutrition, and it's so quick. So if you had like chopped veggies already prepared and you just dump in the rice, dump your veggies in, you wouldn't even have to do meat. There's a lot of days where we're in a hurry and it was a busy day and I didn't have time to thaw any meat, and we'll just have something like this with no meat just because I forgot to thaw meat. Do you guys ever do that? So we happen to have the Spam, but like I said, that's not the healthiest of options, but the rice is perfectly cooked. Let me get a veggie. It's really good. And this mayonnaise, have you guys ever tried this? I think it's called Pewdie or something. I don't remember. It comes in a bag. I've always thought it was weird, but It's good. And then we have these nori wraps. It comes as like a sheet like this. Sometimes my kids will just eat it, but I cut some up and put it on top. But this is delicious and quick. So the rice cooker is awesome. Now, tomorrow, I think we're gonna try maybe quinoa, and I know we wanna try pasta. The kids really want me to try pasta because I saw that you can cook pasta in this too, so we'll try that too, so stay tuned. Okay, we're actually at Friday. We skipped Thursday because yesterday was really busy. I had a hair appointment. We did school, and then I had to run to a hair appointment, and then I came back and I had to take the girls to volleyball. So we had sandwiches for lunch because I wasn't here, and then a baked potato for dinner at like 9 o'clock. So yesterday was crazy. But I'm gonna make quinoa for lunch. I was gonna do pasta, but then I looked into it, and basically you have to let the water boil in here. Then you add your pasta, and then you have to take it out at a certain time. So basically you could do that on the stove. So I don't think pasta is any quicker or more convenient, but we're gonna try quinoa. Quinoa is a super healthy grain, but it takes forever. So I usually make it in the Instant Pot, but we're gonna try it in the rice cooker and see if it's quicker. From the recipe that I'm following, it says it should be done in 30 minutes. So this is just regular quinoa. I'm gonna try to rinse this. Okay, the holes in my strainer are pretty small, so some of the quinoa came out. But I didn't even know you were supposed to rinse quinoa. Did you guys know that? All right, let's throw this in my rice cooker here. So I've got 1 cup of rinsed quinoa. My kids all like quinoa pretty much. I think they love couscous, the Israeli couscous, which I don't think is as healthy. Okay, so this is annoying because it's like filling up all the holes in here. That's gonna be fun to clean. I've got my rinsed quinoa in here. Then I'm gonna add 2 cups of water. So let me grab some water. Actually, it said chicken broth, so I'll show you what I do instead when I don't have chicken broth. Okay, so I've got 2 cups of water that I'm gonna pour in here. And when I do not have chicken broth, I just use something like this, like a chicken soup base. This is a chicken flavored soup base. And I just throw some of this in there, and I'm sure it doesn't have the same health benefits. It's just like a concentrate, but it gives you the flavor that you would get from chicken broth. And I don't have any chicken broth at the moment, so we're just gonna use this. And I don't know what the measurements are. I just dump some in to my liking. Okay, so that's all we do for that. Now we're gonna go check the fridge and see what vegetables we have that we can throw in our steamer on top. So I have 1 yellow squash, 1 green pepper. I've got some frozen spinach, so I'm thinking about throwing that in there too. And then we're gonna put canned chicken on top. So we're gonna chop up the green pepper. Okay, we're gonna chop this up. We'll make nice small pieces for the kids, bite-sized pieces. We'll throw that in our steamer pot. Wash our squash. Here we go so far. I'm a little nervous about this spinach having too much moisture, so I'm not gonna put too much in, but I don't wanna add too much. I'm just afraid I don't wanna have too much moisture added to this, but we'll add some we might add some corn too. For flavor, I've got some freezer corn that I cooked and froze the other day, so we're gonna throw in some of that on top, because we love corn. That'll just add some good flavor, I think. We'll see how that big chunk of frozen corn does. We don't need to cook the chicken at all because we're just gonna throw some canned chicken that'll apply flavor on top. So we're just gonna put on the lid, plug it in, and push, cook. So hopefully within 30 minutes, this will be done. Let's see. Okay, so this is all done. I will show you what this looks like in just a minute. I'm just preparing my chicken. I just have some of this canned chunk chicken breast that I'm gonna dump into a bowl and season it. There's this way that I've seasoned it before and put it on, just had it and put it on tomatoes before. So anyway, I'm just gonna do the same thing and we'll see how that tastes. So I'm gonna put some mayonnaise in it. Someone did comment on I think I made a short that showed how I made this really yummy chicken that you just prepare this chicken and then you put it on big tomato slices with feta cheese and then you cook it in the oven. It's really good. But somebody commented how this already had salt in it, and I didn't honestly even realize. I just assumed it was just chicken, but obviously that's probably really dumb. I should have known that. But it does have salt in it. Obviously that's what prepares it, or like that's what keeps it fresh in the can. But oopsie. So I stopped using so much salt, so I don't add salt to this. So I'm just gonna add some dill here. So here we go. You can't really see what I'm doing, but there's some dill and then some pepper. I'm almost done, girls. Some pepper. I'll mix it together. So I'm just gonna mix this up. All right, perfect. So that's just dill, mayonnaise, dill, and pepper. That's all that's in there. Let's see how this turned out. We got busy with schoolwork, so I actually don't know how long this took, but it was supposed to take about a half an hour, and it probably was about a half an hour. So all the veggies look nice and steamed on top there. Let's check out the quinoa.
Is that the thing above?
That's quinoa, yeah. So the quinoa looks, let's check it out. Look at that.
No,
perfectly.
I think one fell in.
That's okay. Yeah, I agree. Green pepper.
I see it.
But it looks perfectly cooked. So I've got my quinoa there. My veggies perfectly cooked. Let's make the bowl and then I'll show you. Quinoa in the bowl. That just looks perfect. Okay, put some chicken on top, some veggies, a little bit of spinach. I might just mix these guys together. I'm gonna mix them so everybody gets a little bit of something, a little bit of everything. Oopsie. So there's all my veggies mixed together. Some squash, spinach, corn, and green peppers. And then I'm just gonna drizzle a little bit of this Chinese mayonnaise on top just because it'll make it look pretty. I don't think it really needs much on top. Here we go. Voila. Voila. This is delicious. Very good. Okay, so what is my takeaway for the week? The rice cooker is awesome. I love it. I thought it was completely amazing, except for the one time when I tried to cook meat in it. So my 2 tips are the things that I learned. Wouldn't put raw meat in it, or if I'm gonna try that, I would maybe do a smaller batch, like a 1-person batch of rice, and maybe put the meat and vegetables on top and not do too much. I think if you're gonna pack it full for a family of 6, don't even put the meat in there, cook it separate. But it cooks rice, it cooks quinoa perfectly, and I think I love and vegetables. Like that's my favorite thing, is that we ate healthy all week thanks to all the stuff that I was able to put in there, which I love. The key to eating healthy and being able to eat on the run would be, first of all, make sure once a week or so you run to the store. We've got a vegetable stand down the road, like this Amish vegetable stand. They have vegetables really cheap. I load up on that, keep those in the fridge. If they're in the fridge, I'm going to use them. And this is so versatile that I was able to cut up whatever we had, whether it was squash or zucchini. I had corn, I had peppers, green peppers, red peppers, yellow peppers. I mean, you could do anything. Well, I put spinach in there today, and the frozen spinach did well. So I think you could do almost any vegetable that could be steamed. It's a really quick, easy way to get your nutrients in, to make sure you're getting your veggies, make sure you're getting your grains. So if you don't want to do white rice, I know you can do brown rice. That's something I didn't try yet. I'll have to try that next week. But I know it does brown rice. I love that it does quinoa, because quinoa is one of those things that I can't remember how long it took, but I feel like when I did make it before on the stove, I felt like it took forever. And when I've done it in the Instant Pot, sometimes it sticks to the Instant Pot. Rice sticks to the Instant Pot too. So that was something that, and they're both a little drier. These were both nice and moist because it's steamed and not pressure cooked. So I'm kind of in love. I thought this was great. And seriously, this only cost me $28 to get this one. So I was hoping that doing this little experiment would help you guys, because I know there's other moms out there that are in the same space of life where you're busy and life is go, go, go. And I think I was just telling my husband, I was like, this is the kind of thing that I want to do. like what we had for lunch today with the quinoa and the veggies and the chicken. It didn't take long to prepare. If I maybe, like, say we have to leave for a game at 3:30, if I throw this in the rice cooker at like 2:30 and get all the stuff in there, let it cook, pack it up into a storage container. Everybody has their own little storage containers. Take it with us to the game. They can eat it on the way to the game. They can eat it, whoever's not playing can eat in the stands or eat after the game. It's like just perfect. Hopefully we will not be eating much for pizza or cheeseburgers or whatever it is that you eat on the run. So I'm encouraged by this, and hopefully we'll get healthier this way. And I just thought it was great. So I will link the rice cooker that I got below in case you want to get the one I got. I love that it's just an easy flip switch, because there are some that have other buttons, but all you do is just flip the switch and it goes. So I will link that below in case you guys want it. Hope this inspired you to be healthier and to plan ahead just a little bit. You don't have to plan ahead too much. I really didn't. I knew what grain I was going to make. But as you can see today, the reason I used that chicken was because I didn't thaw any meat. So if you don't have any other meat, you could just do rice and veggies. And if you have like a yummy sauce on top, it'll be good. So plan ahead a little bit, at least that morning. Know what you're going to make so that you could just throw it in and be done. I hope this helps you guys. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. And if you're not yet subscribed, please subscribe. I don't do a whole lot of cooking stuff, but I've been sharing a little bit more lately. But I share plenty of homeschooling, mom life, which cooking is 50% of what I do. I feel like feeding this family of 6, and thrifty stuff. So this was thrifty, $28. You can't beat that. And lunches were super cheap. So I hope you enjoyed this. Thanks for being here, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.